Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. In order to get back on the groove of content creation, because recently I've entered some kind of burnout and I want to make guide videos again, we are gonna make a overview of every groove in Capcom vs SNK 2. Last year we did every groove in Alpha 3, as well as all the modes. Today we're going to do all the grooves. In Capcom vs SNK 2, just like Alpha 3, all 6, not just 3, but all 6 grooves have their own way of spending meter. But in CVS 2, alongside the main meter, there are also unique mechanics. That's too much to go over in 20 seconds, so what we'll do is go to training mode. Starting with C groove, or the beginner-friendly groove. C groove is based on the Alpha-ism from Street Fighter Alpha 1. Very beginner-friendly, very self-explanatory. You have step dash, roll, evasive roll, guard cancel, and tactical recovery as your subsystems, and also air guard. Your main meter mechanic is that you have a set of supers. 2 of them have multiple versions, and only one is like your climax super, your ultimate finisher. In the case of Ryu, his standard supers, each having 3 versions, are Shinku Hadoken, 1 bar, 2 bar, and 3 bar versions. Shippu Tatsumaki. In your climax super, Shin Shoryuken. Across the variety of grooves, your climax supers can only be performed within certain conditions. Whereas your standard supers can be performed whenever. So the climax condition for C groove is that you need 3 bars. One unique thing about C groove that's not present in its Alpha 1 iteration is that you can cancel level 2 supers into level 1 supers. Or specials. Now for the Capcom grooves have step dashes. So you can only like step forward instead of running. You have an evasive roll. Rolling is a very powerful subsystem in the original version of Capcom vs SNK 2. Nerfed in later versions, and the online public matchmaking version of CVS 2 in the Capcom Fighting Collection 2. The game's special move execution forgiveness system. If you do a special move within 3 frames of rolling, I cannot demonstrate it because I'm bad, allows you to do a special move instead of the roll. There's a glitch though, an unintended side effect of that forgiveness system. The invincibility of the roll carries over into the special move, like it spills over. And so because of that, you can pretty much make every move invincible. Fireballs, forward advancing specials, very, 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 very strong. It's that game's most game-defining bug. And so because of that, in competitive play, a groove that has roll instead of either doing nothing or not having like a alternate defensive option is preferred. Like you want roll, you don't want anything else. Air guard. It's the exact same type of air block in Street Fighter Alpha. So if someone does a crouching heavy, you cannot block that. But you can block air-to-air attacks. And last but not least, tactical recovery. Allows you to delay your character's wake-up timing by 15 frames. So effectively, if your opponent safe jumps in a way that is supposed to trap a standard wake-up, holding the punch buttons after a knockdown allows you to delay your wake up and mess up the Oki. And if they try to factor in your shadow Oki or your shadow wake up, or tactical recovery wake up, you can just not hold the buttons and then wake up normally in counterattack. And last but not least, counterattack, also known as alpha counters in the Alpha series, and most generally, guard cancels. After block stun, hold forward and tap medium punch medium kick to counterattack. It's the same input as drive reversal, V reversal, the Street Fighter Alpha 3 input for alpha counters. Next up, A groove, based on variable ism in Street Fighter Alpha. So just like in Street Fighter Alpha 3 and 2, it's worse defensively because resources cost more. So because your bar is split in half, that means performing guard cancels or other similar techniques will cost half, same as supers. However, the reason why A groove is very popular in competitive play is because it enables something called custom combos. Where for the duration of the install, you can combo everything into everything. You have half length and you have full length at 100% meter. It enables a lot of damage. To compensate for it, your normals do not do any stun damage, obviously, right? Can you imagine getting stunned off this fucking thing? The activation is also invincible, so it's just as crazy defensively as it is offensively. A lot of your subsystems in A groove are similar to C groove. You can alpha counter, although more expensive. You can roll, and you have a step dash. The only difference, other than safe fall, is that you cannot air block. Because A groove meter management centers around wanting to do custom combos, the only supers you can perform are level 1. That means variable level 2 and level 3 supers are not available to you, and you cannot perform a climax super. And let's talk about safe fall. About half of the grooves in this game have delay wake-ups, while the other half have tech rolls, which allow you to immediately wake up while rolling back. Next up is P groove. Now, the third groove in Alpha 3 is a callback to Street Fighter 2, but the third Capcom groove in CVS 2 is not. It does share the Street Fighter 2 super combo gauge, and all supers performed are at their level 3 versions regardless of button pressed, allowing you to perform climax supers. However, whereas the third groove in Alpha 3 is a celebration of Street Fighter 2, this groove goes in a completely different direction and implements elements from other Street Fighter games, notably Street Fighter 3. Street Fighter 2 ism in Alpha 3 had the best guard bar of the 3 isms, mostly because guard crush wasn't a thing in Street Fighter 2. Not here though. The guard gauge is really bad here. It's the weakest in the game. It's very easy to be guard crushed here. Most notably, the parry from Street Fighter 3. And of course, you can also air parry. This allows you to jump into your opponent. Allows you to jump into your opponent for practically free. Whereas your opponent can just like 2H P groove or A groove, they cannot really 2H your P groove here. I'm not doing the whole thing, fuck off. Someone else will, not me though. In addition to standard jump, in Street Fighter 3 super jump, you can also small jump. So holding up, my head pretty much hits the guard bar. Super jump, you can see after images, and I go beyond the health bar. But small jump, I don't even hit the blue line here. And that gives me very fast, very strong jump ins. Beyond that, you can step dash, and you have delay wake up. Next up is S groove, based on the meter management of King of Fighters 94. which is also based on how meter works in Fatal Fury vs Art of Fighting. Makes sense because KOF started as Fatal Fury vs Art of Fighting. So there's two elements. Element number one is you cannot build meter by attacking. Attacking your opponent fills it up, but not you. No special moves, no nothing. Instead, other than receiving attacks or blocking attacks, you have to key charge your meter by holding down heavy punch and heavy kick. That's how meter worked in Art of Fighting. Performing special moves depleted the meter, and you need to key charge to build that meter back up. In King of Fighters 94, key charge it all the way to enter max mode and can perform level 1 supers. So that's the Art of Fighting portion of this groove, but there's also the Fatal Fury element. In Fatal Fury Special, you unlock desperation moves, the ability to perform supers when you're almost dead. You can pretty much just like level 1 super over and over again. If it's punishable, you'll get punished. But if it's difficult to punish, you can just do that shit over and over again. Just let it rip constantly. If you combine the two elements, the Fatal Fury and Art of Fighting together, max mode while almost dead gives you level 3 supers. In Art of Fighting, you can deplete your opponent's meter by taunting, reducing their ki so they have less meter to work with when performing specials and supers. In CVS2, it's the complete opposite. Taunting your opponent by pressing start fills up their meter. Effectively, you're toying with the opponent and giving them a chance to win. Now for your systems. Instead of a dash, a step dash, you have a run dash. You can actually run towards your opponent like the later KOF games. Small jump makes a return, so does alpha counters, and also tactical recovery, delay wake up. Now what's different is this groove doesn't have a rule, unfortunately, so people are not going to use it. Instead, it has another Fatal Fury element, spot dodge. Fatal Fury is a 2-lane game. That means you go from one lane to another. When trying to adapt Fatal Fury stuff into KOF, which is a 1-lane game, the developers have decided that the closest equivalent to jumping into the other lane to dodge a fireball is a spot dodge. Iterations of the spot dodge, as seen in extra mode in KOF 97, allows you to cancel the spot dodge into an attack, like so. Whether or not you can cancel the spot dodge attack into another move depends on the character entirely. So Terry can do it, but Ryu cannot. Guile can do it, Akuma cannot. Next up is End Groove, based on the meter of the King of Fighters 98. You fill up this meter normally. And as you fill up, stocks will appear on the side of your meter. There are two ways to use these stocks. You can just super, perform a guard cancel, either a guard cancel attack, or unique to End Groove, guard cancel roll just like KOF 98, or you can pop max mode. You enter a limited install where your attacks do more damage. So within the install, crouch heavy punch to medium double kick does 4030 damage. Outside of the install, 3361. So there's a damage bonus. If you perform a super within the max mode timer, they'll become level 3 versions, as well as being able to unlock a level 3 super. You can also run, roll, and perform a tech roll on landing. And last but not least, The last remaining groove of the arcade version is K groove, or the Rage groove. You cannot fill up this meter by doing damage or performing special moves. Rather, you have to do two things: receive damage, receive a taunt, or just defend an enemy attack. You can also just parry or just defend in the air. While enraged, you have access to level 3 supers and a variety of buffs. Buffs include a 35% damage bonus and a 1/8 damage reduction. The fat damage bonus is very powerful. And so if a top tier doesn't feel good on the custom combo groove, at the very least, their move should be threatening on the K groove. Being able to stay alive just a little longer, as well as dealing fat damage, makes it very threatening. These are the arcade grooves of Capcom vs SNK 2. Once you fight Akuma or Rugal in arcade mode, eventually groove edit mode will appear at the center of the menu. In this menu, you can customize and create your own groove. You start by selecting the various isms. So you select a groove. When customizing your groove, you have a budget of 4,000 points. That means you cannot go crazy constantly. You're trying to budget it as much as you can for the sake of balancing. Roll Oki, roll, run, and small jump. K groove, and cancel any move. Now let's go to training mode and test the groove we've created. So we have Rage, we have the ability to cancel any button. Roundhouse Kick to Tatsu. You have combos that are not possible in the original game thanks to cancels. So Hop Kick into Air Tatsu into Shin Shoryuken. Goofy stuff like that being able to customize their ism allows. That's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you like it, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a nice day.